Greetings. I must first by congratulating Khula and the leadership, Matthew, Caritas, Ayanda, and the entire team for all of the progress that you have made over the years. I am one of the fortunate people who had interacted with the leadership of Khula for many years, having seen how the business have progressed over time. But not only the growth of Khula as an organization, most importantly, the impact that it continues to make out there in society and the trust that the organization Khula has earned in the agricultural community. And I think the testimony to that is seeing more and more farmers and many partners interacting with Khula and making sure that they are part and parcel of all of the solutions that Khula presents to the agricultural sector. And I think in this new journey and chapter that we are launching today, where the Kagiso Trust is joining hands with Khula on ensuring that issues of market access and inclusive growth in South African agriculture continues to be a success. What we are launching today is an inspiration, and it's something that has to continue. Because think about this. When we consider many sectors of the South African economy and ask ourselves a question of which of these sectors have actually been responding to the core problems of the South African society, everyone in the room knows that the problems that confront our society are issues of low growth, unemployment, and higher levels of poverty. And agriculture is one of those sectors that has been responding much more strongly in resolving a number of these challenges. We've seen agriculture growing quite significantly. From 1994 up until to today, this sector has more than doubled in value and in volume terms. And there's a lot of investments that have come to the sector. But what is even more exciting is where this sector could still grow. The numbers that we look at from where I sit at the Agricultural Business Chamber suggest that we could still see plus 30% in the gross value added of agriculture. And in the value chain, as well as in the primary agricultural side, we could still see close to 1 million jobs being created. And those jobs will not come by themselves without ensuring that partnerships such as the one that we are launching today begins to be part and parcel of that. Because for those farmers to be able to continue with their activities and farm quite sustainably, they will depend on making sure that there's market access, making sure that they are able to access finance, various inputs, and all of the components that are needed to run a successful farming business. And I think that this is why the start of the journey that we are launching today is so important, even for the bigger picture of growing the South African agricultural sector. And I think at the core of it, if we all look at the work that the Kagiso Trust have been doing, the Kagiso Trust cares a lot about transformation, inclusivity. And I think that bringing all of that aspiration and joining forces with Khula, where a number of the new entrant farmers have a leeway of making sure that they are able to work with Khula, and that opportunity that Khula presents is really a core partnership that we need to continue to see this sector grow. So from where I sit at the Agricultural Business Chamber, we can only congratulate you and wish you well as you take off and making sure that this partnership continues to be a success, and of course that it contributes to what we all wish for the South African agricultural sector, which is that inclusive growth. And I will assure everyone that is in the room that this is a sector that is growing. You may hear every now and then the negative sentiment like any other sectors of the economy, but overall, the outlook for agriculture in South Africa remains ever more important and ever more positive. So seeing partnerships like this, it just only adds to that optimism that we are seeing when we think about the long-term growth of the sector. And again, in responding and resolving those three core problems that I've mentioned, the low growth, the high unemployment, and poverty, and agriculture and partnerships like this is what is at the core of helping us resolve that. Thank you so very much, and all the best.